Here we go, going live. Let me turn that down just a moment. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Sorry about that, that was really loud. Had to pump up the tunes this morning. Alrighty, so let's get ready to start. I can't see anybody joining. Oh, there we go. There's one. Always good to see one. All right, I am just going to pop my screen up. There we are. How's that? And I am going to pop that on pause and do all my bits and pieces. Good morning. This is my favorite part, this beginning part. I love it. Good morning, Georgina. Good morning, Bailey. Good morning, Melly. I know for those of you that tune in to watch the replay, kind of like, oh, come on already with saying good morning. But I just love it. It's really cool to be able to see all of you guys get up early, and I know a lot of you have been doing that, getting up just a couple more minutes early so you can tune into the lives, which is fantastic. So slight little changes happening in your world at the moment. It's awesome. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Melinda. Port Stephens, oh, already 30 degrees. Well, I actually have already got the air conditioner on this morning. Good morning, Sonia. Good morning, Beck. Wondering where you were, then I realized I'm the nerdy one that showed up 10 minutes early today. Just sitting with coffee, waiting. Whoa, we should have a little dance party going off in the background while we wait. Good morning, Nathan. And good morning, Michelle. Good morning. All right, let's get cracking. So today, oh, hang on a second. There's 15 of you watching. Come on, I'll say hello over in the corner so I can say hello back. Morning, Emma. Oh, 3K walk. Yeah, it's a muggy day today. All of us here in southeast Queensland and, oh, well, on the eastern coast of Australia. Anyone there international? No, I think you're all Aussie. Alrighty. So what I wanted to talk to you today, talk to you about today was about mistakes, because we make mistakes, and making them and how to move through them. Another quick good morning to Elise. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Michaela. Michaela? Good morning. Good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Marie. Good morning from London. Hello. Good morning. And good morning, Michelle. Awesome. All right. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, let's get starting. I want to talk about mistakes. And now Michaela's here. She's going to hear all the mistakes I made yesterday. So Michaela is my online manager and does all of the techie stuff behind. And then when I go, can we just do this? Or I've just done that, I throw spanners in the works, which I did yesterday. And I'm so grateful that I've got Michaela to help me and help you guys with getting your emails on time. All right. Okay. She's thrown me. All right. So today it's about mistakes. It's not just the mistakes I made yesterday, by the way. What I wanted to talk about was I noticed a couple of things in relation to my children, some people that are working through the Alchemy of Intention program at the moment. And I just thought it was a really good topic to bring up here to this platform, because I think we all make mistakes. Like, we hear that saying, oh, we all make mistakes. But I think what we have grown up to learn is that a mistake is a negative thing, that there is for us sometimes guilt attached to it. There's fear attached to it. And I'm noticing at the moment, I've got an 8-year-old boy, and he is, I don't know whether it's his age or because he's a boy, I don't know. I've got 2 girls, I kind of know how they operate. But he is so disappointed with himself when he doesn't get it right the first time. So we've been doing a lot of talking and working with him about how it's quite impossible to do anything right the first time. That's pretty clever when you can get everything right the first time every time, and talking him through that. And what I'm watching in him is almost like a light for me. What's going on for him is what went on for me as a child too, is this huge, I don't know where it comes from, but this huge pressure that we put on ourselves about disappointing other people, when actually the mistake is all about us. It's not about the other people. So I was listening to something last night, I actually wrote it down. Selma Hayek did this beautiful little talk about making mistakes, and she says, doing something is better than doing nothing. And I think the fear of going to make the mistake is what holds us back, and we can't go through and live our lives like that, because we're actually not living a life. So do the something. You have to do the something and then learn the lesson rather than the mistake. learn the lesson, because it's in the learning that we evolve. And I did a lot of evolving yesterday. I'll tell you, there's lots of evolving going on yesterday. But when we take the fear away and we take our reaction to having made the mistake, the guilt about having made the mistake, you know, I can move through that stuff very, very quickly now. In the past, like 10 years ago, I would be off for 2 weeks going, oh my God, mistake, I'm hopeless, I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. But, you know, I'm really good at it now. I know how to clear stuff and move stuff very quickly. So today I'm not in a vibration of guilt and fear about my mistakes at all. Today I'm in, wow, holy crap, I just created a whole new system. Didn't we, Michaela? So have a look at what's going on in your life where you feel, oh God, I've made a mistake, and that heavy. And remember, this is something that we talk about all the time. If that feeling is heavy, that is a sign for us to start looking for the light. As I say to my clients, go to the light. You know, that light that they talk about, go to that light. Go to the lighter feelings around having made your mistake. So for me, and Michaela doesn't even know about this one yet. Oh no, I did. No, she does. I told her at 8 o'clock last night. Anyway, we sent out yesterday our first piece of email correspondence, which was so cool. And Michaela's put all this together. It's got all of the 555s from last week. It's got my articles, so whatever I'm thinking about or writing about that week, and a couple of other, and any other articles that I've been in, so the Huffington Post one and Mamma Mia. But the bottom section is about me, and it's little bio. Who am I? Da, da, da. Oh, well, God, I didn't proofread that. I didn't proofread it. I read everything else and made sure everything else was working and that links were working, and just left that, because I went, oh yeah, that's just that about page that's always there about me, but it's not actually, it's new. So this went out and it was kind of written weirdly. You can all go and check your emails now and look at it. But it's fixed from now on. I actually felt this pit in, like, that whole feeling of, you know, in your stomach, and I just went, oh my God, no, okay. So no, you're no good at that. But it was a moment. And now I know that 10 years ago, I would have been in that and not sent an email for the next 6 weeks based on that experience. But what that did to me was, yes, somebody highlighted it to me, and I was so grateful, because out of nearly, we're up to 8,000 people receiving the email. One person let me know it was wrong. So I'm so grateful for her for doing that for me. It's not, what I'm trying to say to you is you need to move through these things quickly and evolve. So that happened last night before I went to bed, and I processed it very quickly. I've got up this morning, I'm in a high vibe, and I'm able to share the story, right? Look at things in your life where you're not able to talk about it yet because you're still too embarrassed, or you're still hurt, or you're still feeling guilty, or you're still afraid, because there's an opportunity there for you to look at that situation and evolve. So whatever happened to me 12 hours ago, as I say 12 years, whatever happened to me 12 hours ago has actually shifted me energetically. It's going to shift things in the office today. It's going to shift things for everybody else. And that's called evolution. And the faster that we can evolve, the more freaking fun we're going to have living a rich life. So the key is to do this stuff quickly, to not sit in the fear, not sit in the guilt. It's a mistake. We all make mistakes. The rest of it, she says, in Salma Hayek says, is your mistake is your greatest opportunity. Your mistake is your greatest opportunity. Stop using the word mistake. Start using the word learning opportunity. How is this a learning opportunity for me? Flip it. That's a total flip, right? So remember, go to the light and flip it. Flip it. All right. Heaps of questions. Let me, Michaela. All right. Let me just say, USA. Good morning. Good morning. Beck's up the hill at Toowoomba. Good morning, Lisa. Okay. So can't believe you're so scary. I don't know. Or up at this time. Oh my God, you're evolving. Okay, my quote for the day: the only way to learn it is to do it. You know, one of the sayings I had within my recruitment company back in 1994, back in the olden days, so I was really young then, 24 or so, somewhere around that time, was I came up with a saying with my business partner, because it's really easy to be in business with a partner and you can kind of bounce things off each other. It's quite hard to be in business on your own. Anyway, back to being in a business partner, we would help each other and not egg each other on. That's kind of a term from back then, but support each other and encourage each other. And I came up with this saying, risk, learn, evolve. I know, pretty insightful for a 24-year-old, hey? But take the risk. So let's use the email example. Take the risk and send the email out to 8,000 people. Oh my God, are they all going to like it? Oh, all that stuff. Take the risk. Learn the lessons that come from it and evolve. I'll tell you what, next week's newsletter is going to be pretty hot. By the way, if you didn't get the newsletter, make sure you check your spam box, because there's a really good article in there this week that I wrote about abundance. Anyway, Beck, to an extent, I've taken right and wrong, good and bad out of my vocab and talk about lessons learned. We can be in flow, or we can be in flow, or we can go through resistance. Wow, I love that, Beck. That's worth a Canva. Beat myself up for mistakes. Oh, and the longer we sit in the beat up, the longer we are in action. Does that make sense? So the longer that we're sitting in, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. Oh, that was such a silly mistake. You know, for me, I'm going, oh my God, that was so unprofessional. Listen to those sentences, because in those sentences are the limiting beliefs that you need to clear. So all mine were cleared within a couple of seconds last night. But this is the thing, I want to keep telling you these kinds of stories and this information, so that, because I do these things so naturally now, I don't even actually think about it until after I've done it. But it is possible to clear things very quickly and not sit in that feeling of dread for too long. Sometimes you got to meditate the shit out of yourself. That helps. Okay. Elise, beating yourself up. Okay, so in the beat up, you need to flip it. So you need to go, so the feeling of beat up is heavy, right? So we need to flip it and go to whatever the light feeling is as soon as you can. It's okay to sit in the beat up for a little while, because that's something that you've been doing for a really long time, and it's going to take time to alter that. But maybe have something. I know I used to wear an elastic hairband, and every time I had a limiting belief or something, I would flick it, and it would actually trigger me to remember what that belief was that just held me there. So for example, what I'm trying to say is, if it is about beating yourself up for mistakes, get the hair tie on your wrist, and every time you beat yourself up for your mistake, flick yourself, not because you're torturing yourself, by the way. It's just a really good energetic reminder of what you're doing, and to flip it around. So flick it and flip it. There's another Canva. All right, flick it and flip it. Okay, Bailey and Georgina, we're not robots. Mistakes is how we learn and better ourselves. And I think growing up in the education system, you've got it right or you got it wrong. And I know there is right or wrong with maths. 1 + 1 is 2. There's, no getting around that. 1 + 1 is 2. However, I think the terminology and the feeling and the upbringing and the experiences that we've had has kept us in that beat up phase around mistakes for way too long. We really need to move through that and start being unstoppable. You know, last night I could have been totally stopped by that and had a doona day all day today and done nothing and gone, holy shit, that was a really big F up. What am I going to do? I'm just going to sit here and I'll look at it tomorrow. Or I can get up here and do a 555, share the story, move through the experience, and be unstoppable today. Okay, so what do you need to do to be unstoppable? Okay, get to that place. I struggle with Bailey. I struggle with making mistakes too. I'm too proud, and I'm really bad at taking criticism. It's horrible. Sensitive. I know. I was until you hear how to listen. Gotcha there. Learning how to listen is a skill. It's actually never your stuff. When somebody is putting criticism on you or delivering criticism to you, it's not your stuff, it's their perception. And that takes a bit of moving through. I might do a 555 on that one. I can let one mistake affect half my day sometimes. Yeah, and there was somewhere on my page I posted something. Are you going to use this last 5 minutes of your mistake to ruin your whole day? No. Tell people you make a mistake on your newsletter. A great way to improve your open rate. Thanks, awesome. Stop sitting in the fear. Stop sitting in the guilt. yeah. Acknowledge that the fear and the guilt is there and go, oh, this is fear. Oh, hang on a second. I think that one's guilt. Acknowledge it and then move through it. Flip it. Flip it. Yes, Georgina, flip it. I'm going to post it saying that I turned into a meme into the group after this. It's a good one. Awesome. Thank you. Rosie Rose, almost missed you again. You did it. You're here. Hi, Rosie. If you win some, you learn some. I hate the term lose. So you win some, you learn some. That's such a beautiful phrase. It's awesome. That's good. Article on there's my article on abundance. Thanks for Kayla. Little Harris, this one is for you. Okay, great. I have done a Doona Day before. I want to be unstoppable. Yeah. I mean, Doona Days are fine too. I actually was looking at some cards today and it said don't underestimate sleep. Sleep is really important and rest is really important. But for me, it's that fine line between my body needs to rest and I need to hide. So getting that awareness and knowing that difference between hiding and needing to rest. And I'm just trying to think, what were some of the strategies that I used last night really quickly? One of them was I quickly put on some music to change my state. That gets me into a different frame of mind straight away. I've kind of trained myself to do that, I think, and maybe that's what this is doing for you guys too, is you go after a 5:55, go turn the music up and get yourself into that peak state, as Tony Robbins would call it. So I did training with Tony Robbins, and it was all about building yourself up into a peak state, and of course being unstoppable. Being unstoppable. We spend so much time sitting in this stop. Crickets. There's just crickets. Wish I had a sound effect machine. We spend too much time in stop when we've got this beautiful, wonderful life to be living that's unfolding before us. So mistakes, make them and move through them. Risk, learn, evolve. Repeat. Risk, learn, evolve, repeat. And there's always going to be learnings. I've said this before. If you are not learning, you're flatlining. So keep learning. Keep learning. Learning is really good. All right, now go read my newsletter. Have a lovely day, guys, and I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye-bye.